factoring or expansion? That is expansion. We now have a way to expand that in literally 1 second. Yes?
6x.
What is it?
X squared plus 6x.
X squared plus 10x plus 24. We don't even need the steps. Now, some of you want the steps, so you do x squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 24. Collect your like terms and get the answer. Yes?
Yeah.
Then, if I asked you to reverse that, you would know that you needed numbers that multiply to 24 and add to 10. Yes?
And that's 6.
And all of you should be able to do that in your sleep. Right? Okay. What are you going to do here? I can't use my shortcut. But I can FOIL to get. What is that one?
6x squared.
What is that one?
Negative 4.
Minus 4x. What is that one? Plus 3x. And what is that one? Minus 2. Getting us where? Can everybody do that? Awesome. Now, you all are aware that that is a product.
Yeah.
And you're aware that that are factors.
Yeah.
Right? Which means this type of trinomial is factorable to this. Just like this guy, which is a product, can be factored to these ones. Right? Okay. Since you know how to factor this, and you look at this and you say to yourself, self, it looks similar, does it not? Is it a trinomial? Yes. Is there an x squared term? Yes. Is there an x term? Yes. Is there a constant? Yes. It shares 4 things in common, which means it's probably got some more stuff in common.
That's great.
All right? If there was no 6 there, what would you need to do to factor this?
Add to negative.
You would need numbers that did what?
Add to negative.
Add to negative 2 and multiply to negative 2 and add
To negative.
to negative 1. Right?
Yeah.
If there was no 6 there.
Yeah.
But there is a 6 there. That 6 means this x is no longer 1x. It is 6 times 1. So everything in this question must be 6 times bigger than 1. Correct? Another way to look at it would be this. If there was no number there, you would know what to do, right? So this number here, this 6x, bothers us, doesn't it? How do I get rid of times 6? I could divide by 6. The reason I can't do that all the way across is because 6, 1, and 2 do not share a factor of 6, do they?
Right.
So I can't GCF this.
You can do
But I know what to do if there's no leading coefficient, right?
lowest common.
So I needed to multiply up here to 24, right?
Yeah.
But if this x was doubled, what do you think I need to multiply to now?
10.
Pardon? 40, 48. Why, Zach? Because 24 times 2 is 48. So now I'm going to be dealing with 48. So what do you think I am going to be dealing with now instead of 6? It's going to be negative 12. So when I see a number out in front, I know that this trinomial is 6 times bigger than what I'm used to dealing with, correct? So I better treat it like it's 6 times bigger. So I need to multiply not to negative 2. I need to multiply to what? negative.
1.
Guys, it's 6 times bigger.
Negative 13.
Negative 12.
Never mind.
So, when I am faced with this trinomial, ax squared plus bx plus c, looks just like this, yes? Instead of multiplying to c, no, I now must multiply to a times c. And that's the big change. Okay? So let's look at that. Now I need to multiply to minus 12, but I still add to negative 1. What is it?
6 times.
Is it 1 and 12?
No.
Is it 2 and 6?
Yeah.
2 and 6 gets me adding to 1.
No.
Is it 4 and 3?
Yes.
Which one? Negative 3 plus 4 or positive 3 minus 4? Positive 3 minus 4. So I know that if I was going to factor this the way I know how to do it, it would be x plus 3 and x minus 4, correct?
Yeah.
But it's not really that, is it? Because the only reason we knew to go to 12 was we multiplied by 6, correct? So 3 and 4 are correct if I'm multiplying by 6, but I'm not really, am I? Because I only know 3 and 4 because I multiplied by 6, I got to get rid of that multiplication. What gets rid of multiplication? Division. So this is really x plus 3 over 6, because that 3, we only know it was 3 because we multiplied by 6, correct? And that 4 isn't 4. The only reason we know it's 4 is because we multiplied by 6. So we got to get rid of that 6, don't we? Now, would you ever hand that fraction to Mrs. Bad Crumble? No. What would you write it as? This would become x plus 1/2. Yes? And what would this become? X minus 2/3. Everybody agree? Now, we're going to stop there for a second because I don't want you to do any work right now. Because the next thing is another rule of mine I'm going to break. The next thing is one simple step. And it's a step. I'm not telling you why yet. What do you notice in my factors there and there, and in my what we've done here, there and there? They're the same numbers. The 2 moved here, the 3 moved there. That is my final answer. 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 2. Now, remember how I always say I never give you a step without why it works, right? You can all plainly see that this worked, yeah? Now I want you to watch something. Don't write this down, just watch. If I gave you this, what would you do? You would distribute. What would x times x be? X squared. What would x times negative 2/3 be? Negative 2/3 x, correct? What would 1/2 times x be?
1/2.
Plus 1/2 x, correct?
Yeah.
And what would 1/2 times negative 2/3 be? Negative 2/6. Does everyone agree? Everyone agrees?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are these like terms?
Yeah.
So can I collect them?
Yeah.
Yes. I would get x squared, and then negative 2/3 plus 1/2 is the same as negative 4 plus 3 over 6, yes? Which would be negative 1/6. Agreed? minus 1/6 x minus 2/6. Agreed? How do I get rid of divided by 6 and divided by 6?
Multiply.
Multiply by 6. What is 6 times x squared?
6x squared.
6x squared. What is 6 times negative 1/6? Negative 1x. Do I write negative 1x? No. What is 6 times negative 2/6? Negative 12/6, which is negative 2. Huh?
Whoa.
Unbelievable. So, if I took my original equation and divided it by 6, I would get x squared minus 1/6 x minus 2/6, correct? Just like we had here. Then I could have done my same old factoring that I like, but there'd be fractions involved. Fractions make me lose my bowel control a little bit if I was a teenager. Me, I don't care about them. They're my friends. But you guys, fractions are bullying me. Why you bullying me, fractions? So, I have combed the internet to find a way to do this with no fractions and no guessing. You will always know the right answer if you can find pairs of factors that multiply together and add to something else. Okay? Okay.
Got really quiet.
What about that bothers you?
The big number.
The 20 out front. Can I divide that 20 out of there?
Yeah.
No, because I can't do 33 divided by 20. So I got to use this method Mr. Myers just told me. I got to multiply to A times C, which is what?
Is 20 times.
20 times 10, which is what? 200. And I got to add to 33. Is it 1 and 200?
No.
Is it 2 and 100?
No.
Is it 4 and 50?
Yes. No. 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 No.
Is it 5 and 40?
Yes.
5 plus 40 makes
No.
33.
No.
Is it 8 and 25?
Yeah.
Yes. So I rewrite as B 8 and 25 as B plus 8 and B plus 25. But the only reason I know it's B and 25 was because I multiplied by 20, correct? So I better get rid of that multiplication, which is done by dividing 20. Would Mrs. Bad Crumble
No.
ever let you leave those fractions? What do they become?
Simplified. So
This is what? 2 over 5, yes? This is what?
5 over 2.
5 over 4, right? Now, you already know that if I FOIL this out, I'm going to get this. So since you already know that, and you saw me prove it, I am giving you the gift. And the gift is, once you have simplified, any denominators move to the front. And what do I get for a final answer? 5b plus
4b.
2
Oh,
and 4b plus 5. Mr. Myers, I don't know if I did it right. Yeah, you do, because 5 times 4 is 20b squared. 2 times 5 is 10. If the ends are right, the middle's right.
So then what makes 30?
5 times 5 is 25b. 2 times 4 is 8b. 8 and 25 is 33. Is everybody good?
Yes.
Great. Let's look at number 2. What bothers me? The 3. Can I factor it out?
Yes.
No. because 13 and 10 do not divide by 3. As soon as I am there, I know I need to multiply to A times C, which is
30.
negative 30. And I need to add to what?
Negative 13.
Negative 13. Is it 1 and 30?
No.
No. Is it 2 and 15?
Yes.
It might be. Could it also be 10 and 3?
Yes.
Which one is it?
10 and 3.
Has to be
Pause.
10 and 3?
Well, yeah, because it would be easy.
Has to be 2 and 15. Why? Yes, if you do negative 10 and negative 3 and multiply them together, it's not going to be there, is it? It would be positive. So it has to be positive 2 minus 15, correct?
Yeah.
Now I rewrite S plus 2, but it's not plus 2. The only reason we knew it was 2 was because we multiplied by 3. So we got to get rid of the 3. How do we get rid of the 3?
Divide.
And S minus 15. But it's not minus 15, because the only reason we knew it was minus 15 is because we multiplied by 3. So what do we have to do?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3.
And the first one's 2 over 3.
Does that simplify?
No.
No. So where does the denominator go? To the front. 3s plus 2. Does that simplify?
Yeah.
To what? Minus 5. Any denominator? No, so there's nothing to move to the front. S minus 5. Mr. Myers, I don't know if I did it right. Yes, you do. 3s times s is 3s squared. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. If the ends are right, the middle's right. Any questions?
No.
Great. You guys do 3.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Sorry, Tabby had a question. Go. Because I multiplied by 3 at the beginning, so I knew what I was seeking.
6 times 9.
Yes.
6 times 9.
So what do I need here?
You need to times 6 and 9. And get
Multiply to 54 and add to
50. Negative 21.
negative 21. Is it 1 and 54?
No.
Is it 2 and 27?
No.
Is it 3 and 18?
Yes.
Yes. How will 3 and 18 get me to negative 21?
3 minus 18. Wait.
Negative 3 and negative 18. So it is x minus 3, but it's not 3, it's 3/6. And x minus 18, but it's not 18, it's 18/6. Now what do I do? Simplify. What does 3/6 become? 1/2. What does 18/6 become? 3. What do I do with any remaining denominators? Yeah, the negative's still there. What is it? What do I do with the remaining denominators?
2x.
To the front, 2x minus 1, and
That'd just be
x minus 3. 2x times x. Sorry.
2x times 3 is negative.
Wait a minute. Where'd we go wrong here?
Wouldn't it be
3 and 18. Oh, dummy head. X, wait. I remember why I put this question here. Now I'm done, yeah?
no? Because 3 times 2 is 9.
What would I do now? I would check. Is 2x times x 6x?
No? Whoa.
Son of a bee. I did it wrong. Except I didn't, did I?
No.
Because what do you notice there, and there?
They all,
3 could have come out.
yeah.
So, if I put a 3 at the front, am I okay?
Yeah.
What's 2 times x? 2x squared times 3?
6.
6x squared. What's negative 1 times negative 3?
Negative.
Positive 3 times 3? Positive 9. I remember why I put that question there. No, it's my fault. I should have set it up better. I should have said, what should you do first? And then all of you would have gone 6 times 9, which is what you all did. I didn't. I forgot to do this. Is there something you're supposed to try before you try anything else? I forgot that part. Have no fear. It might happen again. It might happen 5 times. Number 4. What bothers me?
8.
Can I get rid of 8?
Yeah. No.
No, because 5 doesn't divide by 8. So, what do I got to do?
8 times 5, and that's negative 40.
Negative 40. And add to what? Negative 18. Is it 1 and 40?
No.
Is it 2 and 20?
Yes.
Yes. How do 2 and 20 get me to negative 18?
Negative 2 plus 20.
20 minus 2. So it is. Wait. P.
Yeah? Oh, you're using a highlighter. Oh,
No, I'm using yellow. P minus 2. But it's not minus 2.
It's over 8.
2 over 8.
And then
And P plus 20. But it's not plus 20.
it's 20 over 8.
It's 20 over 8.
So this
And now
is-
Mrs. Bad Crumble back at Godson and whatever other schools you went to is she's right now. There's kids I taught not simplifying fractions.
1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2.
It's
1
negative
over
20
2.
and positive 2.
1 over 2.
It's a negative 18.
Positive minus.
What?
There we go.
Oh my.
20 minus 2 isn't negative 18. It's plus 20 minus, right? But anyway, what do I do? She Mrs. Bad Crumble. And now the forces, the rippling is slowing down because somebody simplified one fraction.
1 over 2.
What do we do here?
20 divided by 8 is
5 over 2. What do I do with my remaining denominators?
2p.
4p
4p.
plus 1 and
2p.
2p minus 5. And I check. Is 4 times 2 8?
Yeah.
Is p times p squared?
Yeah.
Is 1 times negative 5 negative 5?
Yeah.
And are we right?
Yeah.
Now, for the 5th time, I am telling you, you must remember to do a certain kind of factoring first. I have told you that at least 5 times. We're on number 5.
That's right.
What bothers me about number 5? The 24 bothers me. Can I get rid of it?
Yes.
Not the 24, but I can get rid of what? 4 of it.
4 of it.
So 4 goes to the front. What's this? 6h squared minus 5h minus 6. Now what bothers me?
The 6, 8.
The 6. So now I can't get rid of nothing anymore. So I know I got to multiply to what? Negative 36 and add to what? Negative 5. Is it 1 and 36?
No.
Of course not. Is it 2 and 18?
No.
Of course not. Is it 3 and 12?
Yeah, no.
Of course not. Is it 4 and 9?
Yes.
Damn, Skippy, it's 4 and 9. How do 4 and 9 get me to negative 5?
Negative 4 plus 9.
No.
Wait, no. 9 minus 4.
4 minus 9.
Oh.
4. H plus 4. But it's not plus 4. H minus 9. But it's not 9. 9 over 6. Oh my goodness, fractions. Mrs. Bad Crumble, send me your knowledge. Help me find my quest.
That's 2 over 3.
2 over 3. And?
3 over
3 over 2. What do I do with my denominators?
3h. Wait.
3h plus
Oh crap. Wait.
2 and 2h minus 3.
Oh, I went into the other question. I can't write the answer. I can't write the
Oh,
answer.
wow.
Wow.
Damn. For your brain. 4, 8.
Go! Multiply to 12. Add to 13. What is it?
Whoa, 1 and 12.
Yes, n plus 12. But it's not plus 12. It's 12 over
2.
2. And n plus 1. But it's not plus 1. It's 1 over
2.
What do I do with that fraction? 6 over 1. No denominator. N plus 6. 2n plus 1. 2 times n, 2n. 1 times 6, 6. Done. Yeah!
Mine like last year.
I'm just going to write the answer.
One over 2.
Right?
Sir, I think you got it too fast.
Should I go faster?
No.
Ready? Go! Multiply to 12. Add to 8. T plus 6 over 3. T plus 2 over 3. T plus 2, 3t plus 2.
Okay.
Done.
Sir, that's about... Why?
He's just showing us how fast he can go.
T plus 3. Hey.
Don't worry, I haven't started on that question.
Multiply to what?
Oh my god, 12.
Why do you have to multiply to
Because
12?
3 times 4 is 12.
Why are you multiplying 3 times 4? This is not grade 2. Why are we
Because
going 3 times 4 is 12, Mr. Bad Crumble?
Because you can't.
Why do I have to do A times C?
Because you can't get rid of the...
You can't get rid of the 3. And I need to add to what? 8. Is it 1 and 12? No. Is it 2 and 6?
Yes.
Yes. How do 2 and 6 get me to 8?
6 plus 2.
Plus 2 plus 6. T plus 2 over 3. T plus 6 over 3.
Why did you put a negative in front of the 2?
I didn't. That's just my pen skipping because my pen is a piece of garbage. Or the computer is a piece of garbage. Or, as I like to say, they both are pieces of garbage. 3t plus 2 and t plus 2. And then, of course, I don't go to Mr. Myers and say, Mr. Myers, am I doing this right? Because I know how to expand. 3t times t is 3t squared. 2 times 2 is 4. If the ends are right, the middle's right. Go. What's 8?
I already have the... I'm just going to go.
I got to multiply to what?
It's M.
14. Add to what? 15. What is it?
1 and 14.
1 and 14. M plus 1. But it's not plus 1? 1 half. M plus 14. But it's not plus 14. 14 over 2. 2m plus 1.
That's 14. So
M plus 7.
why is this easy? Explain.
It's easy because you have learned how to factor everything else. Now, if you are a member of another educational system and you have learned another way to do this,
What is it?
I do not care if you wish to utilize that way. If you have been lying to me and you do not actually understand this, and you go home and ask your mom or dad who went to a different education system, and they show you a different way, and that way works, are you allowed to use it? Yeah. Yes. Will you say to your mother and father the words I hate when I hear them from my son? My teacher doesn't do it that way. No, because your teacher doesn't care. If you take 20 laps around the block to realize you could have gotten there by walking across the street, you're allowed to do that. Okay? Everybody understand?
Yeah.
Any other way you choose to do anything I teach you, you can do that. 99 times out of 100, I give you more than one way to do it, right? I am not doing that here because I find every other method to factor these to be more confusing. So I give you this little shortcut because you all can factor the regular ones. Yeah? Yeah. Your homework tonight is page 138 And 139 will be what you walk in here tomorrow and start right away with your peers. All right? You do 138 tonight. Now, look at 138. Look at 18. Look at 19. Look at 15. Look at 16. And remember the gift of math that I have given you to make your math life easier.
Can you explain it again?
Anything you don't like, give it a different letter and substitute in at the end. Tobby. You take the denominator and you move it to the front.
Okay.
That's it.
This has a power. So how would we be doing that?
Yes.
Could you just show me 8?
8. Okay. What do you see there and there?
They're the same.
So make it a different letter. A squared plus 8a plus 12.
Oh,
Well?
Oh, you can do that now. Right? A times 12.
I need to multiply to 12 and add to 8. What is it? 6 and 2.
Yeah, 6 and 2.
So you do this, a plus 6, a plus 2. But there's no a. A is that.
Right.
So it's 2x plus 7 plus 6.
Yeah.
And 2x plus 7 plus 2.
So then is that the answer?
It might be. You might have to do more simplifying, but that's your job.
Okay.